And we're starting off the card with Darian versus Yohan Lainesse, and I think that the UFC might be putting this card on as the first fight of the night, because I think that it's going to be a knockout to kick off the card, because if Yohan Lainesse wins, it's going to be by KO, probably in the first or the second round. And maybe if Darian wins, I think it's going to be more of a decision, or maybe even like a late TKO, sort of, because the pick here is Darian, but he has to survive the first rounder against Yohan Lainesse. So Yohan Lainesse, what does he bring to the party? Power, and a lot of it, and he is a big welterweight. I believe this guy walks around at 190 pounds, 192 pounds is what I've heard in the past when he fights in the cage after weighing in at 170, which is absolutely insane. And you can see it, this guy is big, but he does kind of lack the cardio, and I think it might be because of that, because of the size of this man. But yeah, he knocked down Gabe Green. Honestly, I was super hyped at the time. I had Yohan Lainesse as my pick, and I was like, man, he just knocked out Gabe Green. But he didn't. Gabe Green kind of popped back up, avoided getting finished, and then Yohan Lainesse was gassed after that, man. This guy has about one round of cardio, and then he's done. He kind of ruined Justin Burlinson. Justin Burlinson went like 17-1 as an amateur, world amateur champion. Got knocked out by Lainesse, and now he's just recently been knocked out again. So, unfortunate turn of events for Burlinson's career, but that's not what this fight's about, man. It's about Darian and Yohan Lainesse. I've talked about Yohan, just crazy power, not the greatest cardio in the world. Darian, man, what does this guy bring? This guy, he's had a tough run in the UFC, but he's looked good doing it. I mean, stepped in on short notice against Brian Barberena, arguably won the fight. There definitely is an argument to be had there. Sorry. And then he fought Ian Machado Gary, and he looked quite competitive against Ian Gary, he really did. But to be fair, that was mainly just because he was stalling it out by using his clinch control, which I think is going to be very important in this fight. I think if he's able to grind out Yohan Lainesse maybe against the cage, maybe even get a takedown, make Yohan Lainesse work to get up to his feet maybe once or twice in the first round and really sap the gas tank of Yohan, I think that he should be able to survive the first round and maybe work towards a TKO towards the end, or maybe win the last two rounds and win a decision. I think Yohan's going to win the first. I think he's going to land bombs on Weeks, but whether or not those put him out is whether or not he wins the fight. That's really how I see this one. Lainesse, he's got one punch KO power. He's one of the scarier guys at 170 in my opinion, due to just the KO power that he does possess. But I'm going to have to side with Darian here. I think he is going to clinch up Lainesse in the first round. I think he's going to maybe look for a couple of takedowns and just win a decision. Tapology's on Lainesse. I'm on Weeks. He's a slight favourite. I don't really like the fact that he is the favourite. I thought he would be the underdog. I mean, he's 0-2 in the UFC right now. But, yeah, I think this is a winnable fight for Weeks. I think he's proved himself to be pretty good. He was meant to fight on Dana White's Contender Series. And I think he pulled out, or his opponent pulled out or something, and then he stepped in on short notice for Barberena, which is why he's in the UFC. At such like an inexperienced record, I guess you could describe it. But yeah, picking Weeks, I think he should get the job done by decision or late TKO in this one here.